fix this. This was junk. Wasn't able to tighten down. Now I got this guy that just to tighten as a disconnect. Soldered in an eyelet there on the existing cable. It's really dumb. It just goes right down into this freaking bolt to the body. So it just bolts to the body down there, and then that's it. But new battery. This goes over there, and then the carpet just goes over top of it. So yeah, good to go. Another problem I had was the cable here for my valve, air valve bypass. It was getting jammed up, so I did a little O-ring, and it's working good now. Goes from right here. It comes out through the bulkhead, and it was originally way up under here, and it was just too tight of an angle for it. So this basically acts like a choke on cold starts. You open it, and then once it's warmed up, it kind of bumps up the idle a bit, and then once it's warmed up, you shut it off. Morning. So today we got bushings. Saw a little trick on the FCP Euro. Use a windshield cutter, and you can get it done. You use the wire, so I'll do video, but car. I'm gonna flip the screen around. So last night on the way home from, well, really both, dinner, the hood see up here, missing bolt. This bolt was here. This one's gone. This U-shaped metal thing for the latch was just in there. I popped it, and it went flying. Luckily, I was able to find it under the car. The other bolt, who knows where that went, down into the abyss. Luckily, it didn't hit anything, you know, like the timing belt. Mainly when I launched this thing, I thought it was gonna go down, and that would have been just lovely. So anyway, gotta fix that. Everything else in there is looking pretty good still. I've got about 400 miles on it. So, and then I've got some brake fluid in that box. And we're gonna do the rear suspension today. You can see it sags a little. Supposedly the sag is normal because it's the springs, but the shocks themselves are not working at all. I got ones that came with it, but they're conies. So we'll get those put on. And then the bushings are for the rear Watts link, and I think there might be a couple for the De Dion, but I'm not sure. And I got monsters over there to get me through. Oh, and that's a steering wheel puller. Don't mind that. All right, let's get to it. So the bushings we're doing today, this one here, it's kind of hard to see, but he's got these cracks. And it's not doing too well. So we got that. This one, I'm assuming there's one in there. And then you got this guy and this guy. And then The springs look good. I was reading, you know, they could be cracked or cut or whatever, but that doesn't seem to be the case. But those shocks, as you can see, they're conies, but they're not doing their job. And they got new ones. I think these ones are a little worn out. So we're gonna do that. Maybe if anything comes of this, I'll at least get some product placement, you know. Just give me something. I've been drinking these every day for a decade or more. Everybody says my heart's gonna stop. It probably will. But you know what? Worth it. For that delicious early morning nectar. Alright, so you can see, let's see, these things, real crusty, dry rotted. I think that one might have a spider husk. Again, real dry rotted. So 40-year-old bushing, usually that's what happens. Got a nylon bushing, which is really nice. Usually they got a steel race in there, and they don't come out easily. I might not even have to do any cutting or drilling. This goes in there with grease. Obviously it's not going to want to go in. You got to kind of force it in there. Just like that, a solid suspension bushing. Poly, so it's not solid, there's a little bit of give. Let's see if I don't even have to cut this one. Guess you don't need denim wire, you have nylon. tightened up these two bolts because it looks like this is just gonna come apart in half once it's getting pushed through. And I thought it might be easier letting it do that. This one bushing is coming out with it, so let me look. There you go. And it is 2 halves. I don't know that they're welded, but so the trick there, they supplied this washer, I'm assuming just to replace the old one. I'm not exactly sure on that, but keep this tight. It had a lip in there that it had to bounce over. By starting it, this was basically smushing around, and so I used this to disperse the pressure. And then once it got through, the socket and this washer, just use that and push it through the rest of the way. Just like that. In like phlegm, just reverse this around and go this way. There you have it. All right, so I cleaned up here and at the mounting points on each side over there. I'll grease them. And we'll put the lots link back together. Ooh, a cool Coney sticker. I'm sure there's another one in that box. So it comes with the bushings, picture diagram for how to install it. And then here's the shock. Made in Holland. So there, I measured here There we go. Measured there. This is all the way to the right. Like if you're gonna righty tighty, you know, lefty. So positive is screwing it tight. So we want to do one full turn basically. That says it's plus plus in the middle. I don't think I need hardcore with stock springs. That's half turn, that's a whole turn. All right. And then, should be good. Okay, so first we're supposed to just pull up on this and it'll supposedly come right out. The internets were right. And then, before you get too distracted on the grossness that is under your seats for the last 40 years, like this sound deadening. These guys are supposed to be held down somehow with, oh yeah, right here. Here, and there's a missing bracket, but they're supposed to be screwed in the sides. And then you just lift up. I'm guessing that this, because these shots have already been done once, that's why it wasn't put back together. Yeah, not so good. I'm not sure if they're bad or not, but we got new ones. I installed these upside down, and you might have watched and been like, you're an idiot. But in my defense, There's literally nothing on the shock unless it's under that sticker that says top or bottom. The old shocks, you know, they're the same thing. They were installed upside down. So I put them in how they were. And the original Spica shocks, I guess, came upside down as well. So if they had put these on from the originals, they were only doing what they thought was right as well. So anyway, with some research, I guess these were supposed to go this way. So they're swapped now.